Hey there! You are watching Success Wave. This video is about Polkadot. If you don't want to miss out our videos, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to get notified every time we post new videos. Although Polkadot has seemingly been under the radar since development on the project began over 3 years ago, it has shaken the cryptocurrency space with the official release of its finalized mainnet earlier this month. In less than 2 weeks, Polkadot's native DOT token has silently leapfrogged its way into the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market capitalization. All manner of words and phrases have been used to describe Polkadot, including the exhausted label of an Ethereum killer cryptocurrency. While its founder insists that Polkadot is not a competitor to Ethereum, a close-up look at Polkadot suggests that it is not only a serious competitor to Ethereum but a cryptocurrency which may just transform the cryptocurrency world forever. Origins of Polkadot. The history of Polkadot begins with Ethereum, especially one of Ethereum's co-founders, Dr. Gavin Wood, PhD in software engineering. Dr. Wood has over 20 years of experience working as a software developer, both inside and outside of the crypto space. He coded the first functional version of Ethereum and even authored Ethereum's yellow paper. What Dr. Wood is perhaps most famous for, however, is creating Solidity, the coding language used to build smart contracts on Ethereum. In January of 2016, Dr. Wood left his position as Ethereum CTO and core developer. The exact reasons for his departure vary, but can be summed up as being due to his frustration about the slow development to Ethereum 2.0. Later in 2016, Dr. Wood began developing a new cryptocurrency which would deliver on the promises which Ethereum could not. The first draft of the Polkadot white paper was finished by the end of 2016. The DOT cryptocurrency ICO. The initial coin offering of Polkadot's DOT cryptocurrency is something which is still vividly in the memory of many veterans in the cryptocurrency space and certainly for the Polkadot team. The DOT ICO took place in October 2017 and raised over $145 million in Ethereum. Half of DOT's initial total supply of 10 million was sold in 2 rounds to public and private investors, 2.25 million and 2.75 million respectively. The price per DOT token for these funding rounds was $28.80. Less than 2 weeks later, over $90 million of the funds raised during the ICO were permanently frozen due to an exploit of vulnerability in Polkadot's multisig wallet code. 1 week after the attack, the Polkadot team confirmed that they still had enough funding to develop Polkadot and pressed onwards despite the lost funds. Although there have been efforts to retrieve the funds, over 500,000 ETH are still locked. The post-ICO debacle marked the second time the team's wallets had been hacked because of a code vulnerability. The first hack took place earlier in July of 2017 and saw over $33 million of Ethereum drained before the attack was stopped by a benevolent group of hackers known as the White Hat Group. In both cases, the Polkadot team released follow-up documentation detailing the hacks and how to prevent them from happening again. In January 2019, another private funding round was held by Polkadot in an attempt to make up for the lost frozen funds from the DOT ICO. 500,000 DOT were sold for a marked up price of $120 per DOT, raising over $60 million. In July of this year, a third private funding round was held, selling just under 350,000 DOT tokens at a price of $125 each. This raised another $43 million. Added together, the total funding for Polkadot's DOT cryptocurrency was over $250 million. What is Polkadot? Polkadot is a cryptocurrency project which seeks to power the decentralized future of the internet. It is interoperable with other blockchains inside and outside of cryptocurrency. It allows for the creation of smart contracts and new blockchains and tokens. It makes it possible for blockchains to exchange information. It is ungradable. No hard folks. And the protocol is governed by those who hold DOT, Polkadot's native cryptocurrency. Polkadot is a project by the Web3 Foundation, a Swiss nonprofit based in Switzerland's Crypto Valley. The Web3 Foundation commissions UK-based party technologies to develop and maintain the Polkadot network. Dr. Gavin Wood is the co-founder of both the Web3 Foundation and Parity Technologies and is consecutively the main developer of the Polkadot network. Polkadot is built using Substrate, a blockchain building tool developed by Parity Technologies. How does Polkadot work? Polkadot is easily one of the most complicated cryptocurrencies in existence. While we would normally say that we have a way of explaining it to you in layman's terms, but there is really no way to explain Polkadot without eventually falling into a fissure of technical language. Some components of the Polkadot network quite literally have a series of articles dedicated to explaining them. In an ironic twist, the entire Polkadot network is assessed a simple browser plugin called Polkadot.js. At a glance, Polkadot is an ecosystem of blockchains. The core Polkadot blockchain is called the relay chain. Blockchains that are connected to the relay chain are known as parachains. These parachains can have their own tokens, consensus mechanisms, and even their own governance structures. As mentioned previously, the relay chain is built using Substrate. Any parachains which are built using Substrate can easily connect to the relay chain. Any external blockchains such as Bitcoin or Ethereum require a bridge to connect to the relay chain. Polkadot consensus. The Polkadot network uses a hybrid consensus mechanism. The consensus on the relay chain is a version of proof of stake called Ghost, based recursive ancestor deriving prefix agreement, or GRAMPA for short. Parachains attached to the relay chain use a version of proof of work called blind assignment for blockchain extension, or BAYE for short. Polkadot's hybrid consensus involves 4 key players: validators, collautors, nominators, and fishermen. Polkadot validators. Validators on the Polkadot network are tasked with checking transactions of parachains and adding them to the relay chain blockchain. Validators must take DOT to be eligible for nominations as a validator on the network. This is why Polkadot's POS consensus is also referred to as nominated proof of stake. The amount of DOT required to be considered as a validator depends on network participation and can be estimated by looking at the amounts of currently being staked by existing validators on-chain. This is roughly 2.7 million DOT at the time of writing. The list of validators changes every era, 24 hours. Validators are randomly assigned to attached parachains to check their transactions. These transactions are then registered on a block on the relay chain blockchain, which validators generate. A minimum of 5 validators is required per parachain, and there are currently around 200 validators. 1,000 validators is the target of the Polkadot network. This is important to note because it means that Polkadot network can support around 200 parachains before seeing a slowdown in network speed and efficiency. To keep things simple, let us just say the more parachain transactions a validator has verified, the more error points they get. The remaining 80% of block rewards are sent to the Polkadot treasury. More on this later. A new block is generated on the Polkadot relay chain every 6 seconds, though this may go as low as 2 seconds in the future. Misbehaving validators can see their stake slashed by as much as 30%. The amount slashed changes depending on how much the validator has staked, and all slashed funds go to the treasury. Any nominators who have been delegated their DOT tokens to a misbehaving validator also see a portion of their tokens slashed. Polkadot nominators. Nominators on the Polkadot blockchain are tasked with selecting validators. They do this by delegating, voting, their DOT tokens to validators. Nominators can nominate up to 16 validators and receive a portion of the block rewards received by these validators. Each individual validator receives block rewards which are proportional to how many transactions they have verified from parachains. This gives incentive to nominators to stake their DOT on validators which do the most work on the Polkadot network. That's it for this video. In your opinion, should Polkadot be next Ethereum? Let us know in the comment box and see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.